it's not even a junction really. But this is the first time I've been this close to the windmill. I'm glad we're not eating at the bottom of it.
Why?
Because that makes me look a bit nervous. What?
Why? In case it falls off.
Yeah, because it's fucking enormous. Sorry, but...
It's not even a big one, is it?
No. I don't think I fancy being too close to them.
Take a picture of that.
Talk about probably people doing.
Could be the loggers.
Or could be people walking through the woods. Shall we see if there's a bit more wooded further up? Because I don't want to be walking these two through all the hot sun.
That's the emitter over there.
Yeah, that's it. Over on that bit maybe.
Yeah, can do.
Welcome back. 28th of April, beautiful weather today. 23 degrees, lovely rolling hills, green, lush. Hobbits up there walking the mud, so I'm going to go and catch up with them in a minute. But yeah, we're on another little adventure. My navigation's still not quite right. It's working fine, but I'll get into that bit later on. At least we still know where we're going. We forgot to bring the radios, so I've got to keep the Hobbit in line of sight so she gives me the thumbs up. So much stuff. What I'm going to have to do is get like a kit bag with like everything in it. I probably could put it in my camera bag, the radios, or we just leave them in the car. But yeah, so we're going to come out. We've done a little bit of off-roading so far, and now we're just going to do a bit more, and we're going to find somewhere nice for a little picnic spot and have a bit of a picnic and see what some of these trails are like. So far so good. It's nice, and oh, she's pulled over, and we'll go up there and find her now. Here.
Yeah.
It's not the same as sitting on the side of a motorway. This begins to get a little bit more interesting.
At least they're digging out the things to drain the water off.
Yeah, I should concentrate and maybe slow down a bit.
Oh, you don't want that falling down, do you?
Okay, alright, you can speed up past that bit. I should have waited till here, shouldn't I? Shall I say? Stop. Danger.
Doesn't say we're not allowed though, does it?
I don't know. Access interdit to the public.
Does it say that there?
Access interdit au public and of vehicles non-authorised.
Alright. Must be just while they're working then. Chantier, forestier. No big deal.
And this is taking us back to the emitter, is it?
Yeah.
No chassis there. Slowly over some of this because it's been well chewed up. Don't tell me.
No, I just want to get through that mud.
The amount of rain we've had the last few days, I'm surprised it's not worse.
Yeah.
It shows how dry it's been, doesn't it? Blimey, what are they building? Could do with some of this. Nice to get a few of them split up. You could make pig houses and chicken coops and God knows whatever you wanted out of them, couldn't you? I mean, if there's a parking place somewhere in here, you could stop and have lunch in here rather than going and finding a car park. Maybe not. Turn around and get back to the decent roads. Here we go again. Just go out and walk.
Let's go up in here a little bit.
Yeah, I would.
Give us a bit of ground clearance.
I can understand that one that you watch, the French couple. I can understand it going, oh! Now. Was it?
Yeah.
You concentrate on the road.
What road?
Well, all right, the gullies. It's as bad as Dad. Oh, look, that's a big slip down that cliff. Yeah. So stop looking at it.
This should be a decent one up here.
Yeah.
So we found some nice trails today, nice wide trails, nothing to scratch the sides of the car yet. Out of all of them so far, only one has been shut, but that was shut due to forestry works. The forestry, the company doing the works, they put a board up on the tree. Basically it was access interdict for unauthorised vehicles and people. Obviously when they're felling trees and there's big machinery about, they don't really want people or cars just driving about willy-nilly. So yeah, we're just going through. I'm using Osman maps at the minute. I've got the route actually GPX'd onto the maps. I'm not using the guide me function because when I do that it just sends the route all over the place. It's weird. So I just leave it set so the map, the track is showing on the route, and then basically the GPS just follows us along. So we've got quite a steep incline here, so Hobbit's just gone down there with the mutts. I've got it in low range and I'll stick the hill descent on, and we'll just let the car take itself down the hill. So I'm just waiting for the all clear, and then we will head down. It's quite steep actually. We've had a couple of dry days and things have really dried out quite a bit, which is nice. Right, let's get down this hill.
Come on. Come on.
We've had a rather nice picnic, bread and meat, bits and pieces, nice peaceful area. This is Lastours. There's a chateau just over there. Richard de Lionheart stopped there on his way to Chalouse, where he met his end. I'll probably throw on some still pictures. I've got my decent picture camera here today. We'll get some pictures of this place, and then that's pretty much it for this little trip. So that's our little adventure for today. We've been up round by Ladignac, across to past by the windmill, went round the back of the windmill, and then did some off-road tracks up to Ladignac, and some off-roading from the emitter across to Lastours, where we've stopped for our little spot of lunch. Lastours is a bit of a historical place. As I said, there's the chateau there. It's probably only on horseback a day's ride from Lastours to Chaloux. That Richard de Lionheart stopped at Lastours on his way to Chaloux, where he met his end. Basically, there's still parts of him in the chapel at Chaloux, which is over that way somewhere. See, there is a lot of history on this area. Old Richard de Lionheart, he did seem to spend quite a bit of time in a lot of other countries apart from England. I'd have to look it up, but I think I read somewhere, or The Hobbit might have told me, Richard de Lionheart, King of England at the time, only actually spent 6 months in England. He spoke French, but there you go. It's a bit like St George, isn't it? Turkish immigrant coming over, slaying our bloody dragons for us. Anyway, before we start debating the comments, yeah, so we've had a bloody cracking day. It has been very wet, but we was quite lucky. We've had a couple of dry days where the tracks have dried out quite a bit. There was a couple of little muddy bits, so I would have put some photos up, different points of the track, of the trail where we went, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I will put a link to a blog post that I'll put on my garage, which is BG4x4. It's a separate website to Ben's garage. It's just where I put all our 4x4 adventures and stuff like that. There's a link down there. I'll put a GPX file on there. If anyone's interested in this area, they can go and do that trail. Yeah, so it's all good stuff. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.